Here's what it's all about. 50 delegates are at stake in the Florida primary, and it's winner take all.
That's right. Coming in second here doesn't count in the Sunshine State. Not only does the winner take all, but maybe more important, it gets a big momentum boost.
We start our team coverage in Pensacola. Fox 10 News reporter Renee Dials is live outside the Escambia County Supervisor of Elections office.
All right, so Renee, how's the turnout been so far, and have you seen any problems?
Well, no problems to speak of, Lenise. In fact, the election supervisor says the voting process here in Escambia County has been fairly ordinary for primary day. Now, they started off today with about 8% overall turnout thanks to the early voting process and absentee ballots that are still coming in. Now, in those districts that are heavily Republican, the turnout was a little bit better at 14%. Now, this is a big day, obviously, for the Republicans because of the GOP primary. But election officials say they've got 198,000 registered voters here in Escambia County, and they really would like to see all of them come out because there is a county-wide referendum on the ballot, the E-Date referendum. Now, Fox 10 News reporter John Rogers spent the day talking to some voters here in Escambia County. Here's his report.
The GOP campaign has been fierce over the past few weeks, but the winner in Florida can take a strong lead.
I think it's very important. I think the primaries are important. I hope everybody comes out to vote.
There are 4 million registered Republicans in Florida, and GOP officials are hoping that at least 2 million cast their ballots today.
Oh, I think our votes are more important than ever.
The GOP frontrunners, Romney and Gingrich, have both invested big money here, and they hope it pays off.
Certainly the largest of the contests thus far. Florida is arguably the largest swing state in the country. We're now tied with New York for the third largest amount of delegates to the national convention, and then the other 3 states really aren't considered swing states. So Florida is very important to not only to the Republican contest but to the overall presidential election.
The latest polls show Romney with a clear lead. Gingrich campaigned heavily yesterday to catch up, while Santorum and Paul are now focused on other states.
I think whoever gets this state, whoever takes these electoral votes, will have the momentum to go on and get the nomination.
Elections officials in Escambia County are expecting a good turnout today. The election supervisor said the county already saw 14% Republican turnout in absentee ballots and early voting. But despite your candidate preference or party affiliation, perhaps one man best summed up this day.
It's not only great that we get to vote in this country, that we get to express our opinion. We get to say whatever we want. And how many countries can you stand up and say, I don't like this president. I don't think he's doing a good job. In some countries, you'd be hauled off to jail.
Reporting in Pensacola, John Rogers, Fox 10 News.
Now, we are coming up on what election officials consider one of the busiest voting periods here in Escambia County. That's that period from 4:30 until the polls close at 7 o'clock. So there's still plenty of time for you to come out and cast your ballot. Now, coming up at 5 o'clock, I'll have more on the voting process here in Escambia County, and I'll tell you a little bit about at least one minor problem that came up. Reporting live here in Escambia County, Florida, I'm Renee Dials, Fox 10 News.
All right, thank you.